Championship for 2A Conference Girls. This tournament is presented by the Arizona Interscholastic Association, sponsored by the Phoenix Suns, Arizona Public Service Company, Sanders and Ford, Spalding, and the Phoenix Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Our game this morning features teams from the 2A Conference, matching the Thatcher Lady Eagles and the Seton Catholic Lady Sentinels. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the participating teams. First, the designated visiting team, the Thatcher Lady Eagles, the non-starters. A senior, number 12, Shiloh Lines. A freshman, number 21, Lindsay Henson. A freshman, number 32, Tricia Seal. A junior, number 35, Alyssa Gardea. A junior, number 24, Danielle Griffin. A freshman, number 40, Rocky Ochoa. A junior, number 41, Trista Arnell. A senior, number 42, Jennifer Henson. A sophomore, number 43, Brooklyn John. A junior, number 45, Courtney Wright. And now, starting lineup for the Thatcher Lady Eagles. At the plate, a senior, number 14, Cameron Nelson. In the post, a senior, number 34, Vicky Demuth. In the post, a senior, number 30, Desiree Mattice. On the wing, a sophomore, number 25, Stephanie Aaron. And on the wing, a junior, number 23, Christine Johnson. Thatcher Lady Eagles, coached by head coach David Henson, assistant coach Lee Moret. And now, sophomore, number 20, Jamie Callahan. A sophomore, number 24, Melissa Perry. A sophomore, number 25, Susanna Kennedy. A sophomore, number 32, Kelly Warbert. A freshman, number 33, Maggie Mitchell. A freshman, number 42, Joanna Usher. A freshman, number 50, Megan Churach. And now, starting lineup for the Seton Catholic Lady Sentinels. At a guard, a junior, number 23, Jill Davis. At a guard, a senior, number 30, Michelle Hall. At a guard, a senior, number 34, Carrie O'Connor. In the post, a senior, number 40, Sarah Briggs. And in the post, a junior, number 44, Katie Mitchell. Seton Catholic, coached by head coach Karen Self, assistant coaches Shannon Beach and trainer Rick Marino. Sarah Briggs. departure bar. Foul is called to the backboard on number 34, Vicky Demuth, her first, team first. Non-shooting foul, Lady Sentinels ball. Foul is called on number 25, Stephanie Aaron, her first, team second. Shooting foul at the free throw line for the Lady Sentinels, number 23, Jill Davis, shooting 2 shots. Jill Davis. Foul is called outside on number 34, Carrie O'Connor, her first, team first, non-shooting foul. Lady Eagles ball. Desiree Tice. Stephanie Aaron. Traveling violation, Lady Eagles ball. In for Thatcher, number 32, Trisha Seton. Foul is called on the backboard on number 25, Stephanie Aaron, her second, team third. Non-shooting foul, Seton Catholic ball. Katie Mitchell from Michelle Hall. Desiree Mattias from Christine Johnson. Sarah Briggs from Jill Davis. Violation, Lady Eagles ball. Inter-Datcher, number 14, Tamara Nelson. Fellas call number 30, Michelle Hall, her first, team second, shooting foul. Timeout, Seton Catholic. With the following boys, please report to the Southeast Gate to participate in the halftime shootout. In for Thatcher, number 25, Stephanie Aaron. Christine Johnson shooting one. Christine Johnson checking in for Thatcher, number 21, Lindsay Henson. Traveling violation, Lady Eagles call. Stephanie Aaron. Traveling violation, Seton Catholic ball. In for the Lady Eagles, number 42, Jennifer Henson.
Do you know this guy? You do know. So George Allen, Barry Sullivan. Oh, hi, Barry. That's what are you doing?
And the Eagles are off. Your score after one quarter. Thatcher 9, Seton Catholic 7. Lady Eagles ball. Jump ball on the alternate possession. Seton Catholic ball.
Jerry, how do you say what happens to your hair, George, in Russian? How do you say I lost it?
Foul was called in the backcourt on number 33, Maggie Mitchell. Her first team third non-shooting foul. Lady Eagles ball. In for the Lady Eagles, number 43, Brooklyn John. Number 23, Christine Johnson. Seton Catholic ball. Bombs away. Jamie Callahan. From Katie Mitchell. Check that from Carrie O'Connor. Christine Johnson from Stephanie Arrow. Lady Sentinels ball.
Here, come and say hi when you come.
Lady Eagles ball. Import Thatcher, number 30, Desiree Mattias. Number 32, Tricia Seal. Import Seton Catholic, number 30, Michelle Hall. Lady Eagles ball. Foul is called on number 32, Tricia Seal, first, team 4, shooting foul. At the free throw line for the Lady Sentinels, number 40, Sarah Briggs, shooting 2 shots. In for the Seton Catholic Lady Sentinels, number 44, Katie Mitchell. Sarah Briggs. Lady Eagles ball. Seton Catholic. Check that, Lady Eagles ball. Traveling violation, Lady Eagles ball. Foul is called outside on number 34, Carrie O'Connor, her second, team 4. Non-shooting foul, Thatcher ball. Foul is called on number 44, Katie Mitchell, first, team 5th, non-shooting foul, Thatcher ball. Would Baba Kibare's Peter Santos report to the southeast gate, please? Baba Kibare's Peter Santos to the southeast gate, please. Seton Catholic ball. Katie Mitchell from Carrie O'Connor. Foul is called on number 20. Jamie Callahan refers team 6. Non-shooting foul. Lady Eagles ball. Checking in for Seton Catholic, number 23, Jill Davis. Lady Eagles in the bonus from here on. Foul is called on number 25, Stephanie Arroy, her third, team 5th, on shooting foul. Player control foul, Seton Catholic ball. Checking in for the Lady Eagles, number 21, Lindsay Henson. Foul is called on number 32, Tricia Seal, her second, team 6. Shooting foul, the free throw line for Seton Catholic, number 34, Carrie O'Connor. Shooting 2 shots, both teams in the bonus from here on. Over and back violation, natural ball. Foul is called on number 34, Carrie O'Connor, her third, team 7, bonus. Checking in for Seton Catholic, number 20, Jamie Callahan. The free throw line for the Lady Eagles, number 30, Desiree Mattice, shooting 1+1. Foul is called on number 34, Vicky DeMute, her second, team 7. At the free throw line for Seton Catholic, number 23, Jill Davis. Shooting 2 shots.
I'll tell you, how you doing?
Foul is called on number 23, Jill Davis, her first, team 8, bonus. Free throw line for the Lady Eagles, number 14, Tamara Nelson, shooting 1+1. Foul is called on number 21, Lindsay Henson, her first, teammate. Double ball in the bonus. At the free throw line for Seton Catholic, number 20, Jamie Callahan, shooting 1+1. Foul is called on number 34, Vicky Demuth, her third, team 9. Shooting foul at the free throw line for the Lady Sentinels, number 40, Sarah Briggs, shooting 2 shots. In for the Lady Eagles, number 23, Christine Johnson. Sarah Briggs, shooting 1. Sarah Briggs.
You think Seton will ever move on?
Fans, the Zeros are off your score at halftime. The two-time defending state champion, Chandler Seton Catholic Lady Sentinels 20. The Thatcher Lady Eagles 11. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 45 seconds to warm up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you will hear music.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Probably something we should have done anyway last 2 years.
From Phoenix Christian Region, Kellen Lomai Escawa.
That's probably it to bring it.
Kellen Lomai Escawa shooting at the south goal. Shoot with leader.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
presenting the awards. Receiving the 2A Conference Boys Grand Canyon Shootout Awards sponsored by Spalding, presented by Mr. Glenn Treadway, Associate Executive Director of the Arizona Interscholastic Association. Fans a tie for fourth place with 5 goals each. Peter Santos of Babakibari High School and Kellen Lomai Estewa of Hopi High School. Fans finishing in third place with 7 goals from Morenci High School, Johnny Figueroa. Fans finishing in second place with 8 goals from Phoenix Christian, Mark Tefteller. And finishing in first place from San Carlos High School with 11 goals, Alvin Antonio. Congratulations to all the participants from the Boys 2A Conference.
All right, we're ready to start the second half of this 2A semifinal game. The Seton Catholic Sentinels, the defending champions of the 2A over the last 2 years. What a great run they had with Rosa Bernasconi and many of the players on this team, Sarah Briggs and Jill Davis, to name a couple. Well, Thatcher came out. They were impressive in that first quarter. They led part of the first half, but then the Sentinels went on that run there, and for about 5.5 minutes to end the first half, and a great job. Thatcher comes right out and scores right away. Stephanie Aaron, the outstanding sophomore, and it's 20-13. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. All right, they're going to get it down low, and the shot is no good by Katie Mitchell, and the rebound belongs to Thatcher. Now, one of the keys in that first half, as Thatcher nearly threw the ball away, DeMuth finds a wide open player at the high block, and that is Christine Johnson, the junior, and she's going to be fouled and going to the line. One of the keys in that first half, Bob, was Vicky DeMuth going scoreless after putting in 38 in the semifinals against Kearney Ray.
Yeah, well, she's going to have to get hot if they're going to stay in this ball game for sure. But they got a fine ball team. They wouldn't be here in the Final Four, actually the Final Two right now. One of these good teams is going to have to lose and go home and nothing. But they shouldn't be ashamed of that because there's a lot of teams that are not even here.
6 minutes and 58 seconds. She missed the first one, but she buries the second free throw. And Christine Johnson has cut the Sentinel lead to 6, 20-14. Third period action, America West Arena. And we're going to get traveling. This one is going to be assessed to Jamie Callahan, the sophomore. Well, Thatcher may want to go to Vicky DeMuth in that low block, but in the first half, tremendous defense by Seton Catholic. They've been lining up in a man-to-man defense as the rebound comes down to Briggs on the Thatcher miss. And Briggs will bring it right down the middle and pop a three. Can't own the shot. Can't buy the shot. And Carrie O'Connor, check that, Vicky DeMuth comes down with a rebound. Again, she was held scoreless in that first half after dominating that semifinal game against Kearney Ray, in which Vicky scored 38 points. Desiree Mattice is going to be assessed the foul. Seton Catholic will have it. Both teams with one team fouls here in the third period, second half action. The Sentinels with a 20-14 lead. Seton Catholic with the basketball. Up top, here's the spin move, here's the drive, forced it up. Second effort for Seton, a third effort. And we're going to get a jump ball, and Seton will get it back. Bob, they are so tough. I mean, you know, you talk about Seton Catholic, and there's so many skill players, and you talk about that interior defense and crashing the boards. They're kind of like the women's version of Mountain View.
Yeah, they're awfully good. They've They've tested almost everybody in the state of any caliber of playing ability, and they've won all those ball games. And I think I believe they've lost a game. I'm not sure of that, but they're tough. They're going to be tough to contend with. I look for them to repeat.
I guess it would be a three-peat, wouldn't it?
Three-peat. They won the last 2 years. Exactly right. Good ball club. Got a lot of veterans coming in. As you say, they're not a one-lady team. They've got several players that can hurt you in different ways.
Well, the Eagles with the free throw cuts it to a 20 to 15 deficit. And Vicky DeMuth is finally on the scoreboard. She buried both of them. And we got a new ball game, Bob West, 20 to 16 now. Can Thatcher step it up on defense again? They have held the Sentinels scoreless here through 2.5 minutes, and that's exactly what happens. DeMuth with the steal. And she gets it up to Stephanie Aaron, who slowly brings it across the timeline. Nelson, and now the left side to Johnson. Back up top, here's the drive. Swing it back to Johnson and double dribble. You know, maybe a case, Bob, where they held onto the ball too long.
Yeah, you can get kind of cute there for a while. If you're passing the ball that many times, you got to work it in the middle and try to get a good shot, and they didn't do that. They just wasted that one.
5 minutes left to play here in this third period. Seton Catholic, long-range bomb. That's an air ball, and the rebound belongs to Tamra Nelson. And Nelson brings it across the timeline. Wide open three. It's going to be short. Rebound belongs to Briggs and Seton Catholic. They'll bring it down the left side, drive it all the way in. We're going to get a foul, a blocking foul. Thatcher Faithful did not like the call.
You know, that's a long drive from Thatcher here. You're looking at that's eastern Arizona. You're probably looking at least 250 miles. That's a 500-mile round trip. And looks like half the town's here. I don't know who's minding the store.
First free throw is up and good. 21-16 is the score. Again, we're in the third period of this 1999 2A state championship game.
Isn't that Sarah Briggs? Isn't she smooth, though? I mean, she can really shoot those free throws, too.
Well, and she's the game highest scorer with 10 points.
Foul is called outside on number 23, Jill Davis, her second. Team third on shooting foul, Thatcher ball.
Of course, Thatcher defeated Kearney Ray 68-54 in the state semifinals. And Seton Catholic defeated Tombstone for the second year in a row, 62-39. Though that game was not a blowout until really the second half. It was somewhat close in the first half. They were up by 10 at the half. It outscored that Tombstone ball team 28-15 in the second half to pull away for a win and another trip to the finals here. Here's a low block move by, I believe that was Katie Mitchell. Yes, we're going to get a jump ball, and the alternate possession belongs to the Thatcher Eagles. Sarah Briggs had 18 points, 7 rebounds, as the Sentinels took advantage of an injury to Tombstone star Ida Dotson. And Ida Dotson played outstanding in that first half, Bob.
She was out for about 10 minutes. That really hurt her. When she came back in, you could tell she wasn't at full strength because of that ankle injury. She couldn't play quite well. That pressure on her foot when she shot the ball, but she did quite well.
She had 15 points, most of those coming in that first half, as you mentioned. Seton was led by, as of course, Sarah Briggs, 18 points. Carrie O'Connor had 11. Katie Mitchell had 10. Michelle Hall had 9. Jill Davis, 8. Jamie Callahan, Maggie Mitchell, and Joanna Usher all chipped in with 2 points apiece. That was in the semifinal game against the Tombstone team. Seton comes into today's contest. As we mentioned, the two-time defending champions, 31-2, coming into today's game. And clearly, and I think a lot of people would agree that one of the best teams in the state of Arizona. I'm not just talking about the 2A. I'm talking about any conference. This team would be very competitive in a 5A conference. And I've even heard some people say that Seton Catholic would be a top team in the 5A conference if they were given a chance to play there night in and night out. I couldn't confirm that. I could only speculate, but I know with Rosa Bernasconi, they did beat some big 5A teams.
They have beaten 5A once this year, and they beat a real strong Centennial team quite easily. 4A top contender, I think they're in the top 6 or 7 in the state, and they beat them. So you got to say Seton is a pretty good ball club in any division.
You know, and it's interesting. I mean, this team feeds off their coach, Karen Self. She's out there on the sidelines. She's on her feet the entire contest. And when they come down into the half court and this side of the court, I mean, she is just talking to them. She's rooting them on. She's the biggest cheerleader. And you talk about skill players and being fundamentally sound. I know that's one of those old cliches that, you know, it's a very vague cliche when you're talking about a team. But when you talk about fundamentally sound, this team is it in every respect of the word.
Well, it's not only that, but she's a great motivator and a great scout. I mean, she can go out and pick up players probably off the street and make them contenders.
Well, it's 24-16. Sentinels continue to lead here. They lead by 8. They have led by as many as 9. And we got an injured player down on the floor and now a traveling violation. It's going to be, I believe, Thatcher's basketball.
Brooklyn John in for Seton Catholic number 33, Maggie Mitchell. Timeout for injury.
Got an injury here to Katie Mitchell. We'll take a timeout. We got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to play here in this third period. You're watching the 1999 2A Girls State Championship game from the Purple Palace America West Arena. Back to live action, the Thatcher Eagles trailing at 24-16. Here's a long shot up and in. No, in and out, no good. Rebound, put back. This foul's going to be on the floor. That is the 4th team foul against the Sentinels. It'll be a non-shooting foul. And Stephanie Aaron, the sophomore, will inbound just to the right of her own basket, and she gets it in to number 32, Tricia Seal. Nelson, right side, threw it away. And it's just good pressure defense. Seton, just like all the great teams, they challenge the basketball. And it doesn't matter how quickly you swing the ball around, the ball rotation, there is always 1 or 2 jerseys right there to challenge the ball. This is out of bounds, last touched by a diving Jamie Callahan. 1:35 left to go. It's 24-16. I think that's just so important, Bob, when you're on the defensive end, especially in the half court. A lot of teams will sit back. But Seton, they do attack the ball. I mean, they are right in your face. Where you'll see a lot of teams, they'll give a couple of feet on the coverage.
Well, you're right there. If you look at that last block over there, that will attest to what we're talking about. Great defensive ball clubs. Good defensive ball clubs will win most of their ball games as opposed to good offensive team. You got to have points, but a good defense is always is good or better than a good offense.
And a good defense can create easy offensive points, especially in transition. You get a loose ball, you can go down and make an easy layup. So we'll take a quick timeout. A minute left to go in the third. Sentinels 24, Eagles 16. Eagles basketball to start coming out of the timeout. They get it down low. They get 2 looks. And then Seton Catholic comes up with a rebound. Now another loose ball picked up by the Thatcher Eagles. And they'll put it up and score it. Brooklyn John, who came off the bench and gets a big basket here to cut the Sentinel lead to 24-18.
Checking in for the Lady Eagles, number 20.
You know, Bob, as we break this game down a little bit, as Seton Catholic will inbound the basketball. We look at this Thatcher Eagle team. They were very impressive in the semifinals. We saw one of the great individual efforts in really state semifinal history. Vicky Demuth, 38 points, and it was a total team effort. They fed her the ball. She got great positioning in the low block, but they have stopped her today, talking about the Seton Catholic team. And I think if you're looking at it from Thatcher's point of view, Bob, they almost have to play their top game here today if they're going to beat the Sentinels, because they're not a team that's going to beat themselves.
Well, one player can't beat you, I don't believe, unless you score 40, 50 points, like that young lady last year from Seligman. That doesn't happen very often, and even then, I think that game was fairly close, even though I think she had 45 points.
You know, it goes back to a couple of years ago. I remember when Michael Jordan was a young player in the NBA, and they went into the Boston Garden down 2-0 in the first round of the playoffs. Michael Jordan scored 63 points plus, and Chicago lost the game. Here's a driving layup, count it, and the foul. And going to the line, the freshman, Maggie Mitchell. She's only a freshman. You can't tell me that Seton won't be reloaded for next year, too.
They got a lot of young class players, Jeff, and they build year in and year out. If they lose 2 or 3 seniors, Karen goes out and picks up 2 or 3 to replace them, and only takes about a year for them to work into the same spot that they lost. So that's pretty darn good.
With 1 second left to go, Thatcher gets a rebound. That's it. We head to the fourth. The Sentinels with their largest lead of the ball game. It's 28-18. We'll be back with the 1999 state championship game of the 2A girls in just a moment. Back at the Purple Palace, America West Arena, it's 28-18 in favor of the Seton Catholic Sentinels, and they outscored Thatcher 8-7. That was a quarter where Thatcher really needed to make up some ground. They did not. And now Seton comes right out and scores the first basket of the second half. And now Thatcher throws the ball away. Well, I'll tell you, what a turn of events just the last 2 times down for Seton. Couple of turnovers by Thatcher, a 3-point play, and a big 2 to start the fourth, and all of a sudden it's a 12-point lead.
Well, they lost 5 points in the first 2 possessions. They couldn't handle the ball correctly, and if they can't make a mistake against a good ball team like Seton.
Get it down low, but last touch by the Thatcher Eagles as this ball goes flying out of bounds. And now Seton Catholic just right of their basket will inbound. They do, wide open Sarah Briggs, but couldn't get it to go. But the rebound belongs to Katie Mitchell. They just continue to hit the glass. I'll tell you, you give me a team that plays good defense, that can put the basket in the ball in the basket during the tough times, and a team that can hit the boards. And I'll give you a winning team every time. I think a lot of teams don't realize the importance of rebounding. It is just, it's the cornerstone of a successful team.
Yeah, this Katie Mitchell, boy, she gets up and grabs the ball from time to time. She's a good-sized young lady. Is she a freshman this year, or Katie Mitchell? Junior this year, okay. Well, she's still got another year left, Jeff.
You know, it was interesting that last year I made mention that Rosa Bernasconi was such a great player. I mean, she truly was. They would have won the championship without her, though.
Well, where did she go? Do you know what college did she go? Loyola? I bet she's burning them up over there.
Could be. And not to take anything away from Rosa. I mean, we know she was a great player, but Sarah Briggs was really huge last year in the playoffs. Vicky Demuth with only 4 points here. All have come in the second half, and then a breakdown on defense. Back on the other end. And Michelle Hall gets a nice pass, Melissa Perry, but it was the outlet pass They got that fast break going and made it successful. 6.5 left to go in regulation. And the largest lead of the ball game for the Sentinels, they lead at 33-20. Who come into this game with a record of 31-2. Thatcher, a great opponent at 25-3, but they're falling apart. Here's a drive, rejection time underneath. Here's the rebound. Who's got it? Last touch by Thatcher, but I believe they're gonna give it to the Thatcher Eagles. But Christine Johnson was bumped. Could have been a foul, but they just go ahead and elect to give the ball to the Eagles. So with 6:14 left to go, the Eagles need They need a little mini run here to get themselves back in it. They trail by 13, but there's still 6:14 left to play. And you're watching the 1999 2A Girls State Championship game. Coming out of the timeout, Thatcher with the basketball. They'll bring it up out of backcourt, led by Tamara Nelson. Work it to the left side. And last touch by Thatcher as Christine Johnson dribbles the ball out of bounds. So Seton will bring it in, and it looks like they're going to press full court. This may be some help, but it wasn't very intense, and Seton just breaks it like it's nothing. And now the shot in the low block, no good, but Thatcher comes up with a rebound. Christine Johnson, and I think we're going to get a penalty here. We're going to get a foul against the Sentinels. Eagles will have the basketball. Next team foul against the Sentinels will send the Eagles to the 1-1, so that could be a good sign for them. Cross-court pass, Nelson, and down low to Matisse. She couldn't get it. And another rebound for Jamie Callahan. Callahan has been huge off the bench.
You got to make those shots, Jeff, if you're going to stay in contention. And that was an easy 12-foot shot, and she just missed it. I mean, she got close enough to make that, but, you know, unfortunately, they went away, but they got the ball back. Now let's see what happens.
And good defense down in the half court by the green team. Nelson missed the shot. Out of bounds, it will be Thatcher's basketball with 5:09 left to play here in regulation in the 1999 2A Girls State Basketball Championship game. Throw it in to Nelson. She's got it on the left wing. Now moves left of the wing and gets it down to Vicky DeMuth. That shot went 11 or 12 times in that game yesterday, the semifinal game against Kearney Ray. It doesn't fall here this morning against the Seton Catholic team, who has a great defense underneath. Both teams shooting cold. Both have not been able to convert on the last 5 possessions. Here's Nelson, nice bounce pass. Matisse almost traveled and throws up a brick. And the rebound belongs to Jamie Callahan. Callahan has come off the bench for Karen Self's team, and she has produced 5 rebounds. 4.5 left to go here, 33-20. Pass goes into the corner. Seton Catholic in that low block, and they try to get it in to Jamie Callahan. I'm impressed with her. I think she's an outstanding player, only a sophomore. And next year, she probably won't be a 6th player. She'll probably be one of the starters.
Oh, she's very good. Coming off the bench. They got some young ladies come off this bench. They could really start for other ball teams, and you can see that right away. She goes at least 10, 11 deep on that team.
First free throw is up and good. Nelson with the basketball. 4 minutes left to play in regulation. 4th quarter action. Gets the ball over to Suzanne Kennedy. I'm sorry, check that. Stephanie Aaron. And now a foul, which is going to send the Eagles into the 1-1. And I guess if you're going to make the comeback here, and you got to score when that clock is not ticking, and this is a golden opportunity for the Eagles to climb back into this.
Well, they're 14 down right now, but the way they play defense, Seton, it's highly likely they're going to score 14 and shut them out the rest of the way. So I look for a repeat here, or repeat.
Matisse underneath, and it's a 2-point goal coming off the missed 1-1, and it is 34-22. 3:50 left to go here in regulation. Seton Catholic with the basketball, and they're just going to take their time right now, Bob.
They burn some clock off right now. It's smart playing. They go out there and get the weave 8 out there and stall for a little bit of time. They can break loose like that. And she threw up a brick on that one.
But Sarah Briggs was there for the rebound.
Oh, this Briggs is, I mean, she's a delight to watch. I enjoy watching her. She goes to the boards, plays great defense, can shoot the ball. She drives to the basket and scores points. She does it all.
3:31 left to go. You're watching the 1999 2A Girls State Championship game. Sports Cassette Productions.
And I see we have the young man here that helped us out, Mr. Fredrickson. Fredericks. Well, I added a son because he's like a son to me.
34-21 is the score here. We're in the fourth period of the 1999 2A State Championship game. Sarah Briggs hits one of the two free throws to extend Sentinel's lead to 13. And quickly out of backcourt, Nelson. And she gets it over to Johnson. And back to Nelson, the driving shot, kiss it off the glass. Too hard and maybe a little impatient on that one. Katie Mitchell on the rebound, and here comes the Seton Catholic Sentinels, the two-time defending champions of the 2A conference. You almost wonder when a team wins back-to-back championships and they look to be on their way to a three-peat. You start talking about moving up in conferences, and just for conversation's sake, Bob, can you imagine Winslow and Seton Catholic playing in a championship game?
It'd be devastating. Winslow's, they got accept. You know, I think they live for women's basketball down there because every year they have an excellent ball club. That ought to be a great matchup between Seton and Winslow. Of course, there's a lot of good matchups. If you look at a lot of these teams, a lot of 1A, 2A, 3A teams that could be playing up in 4A, 5A. We saw that in some of the games that have been played here.
Yeah. Well, I think Winslow and Seton definitely could jump conferences and be very competitive. Well, you talk about working without the basketball, Tamara Nelson, and here's a steal, Thatcher, who trails by 11, but they need some points, and Demuth underneath is going to the free throw line after being hacked and fouled underneath by Katie Mitchell. 2:07 left to go. Now's the time, Bob West. There is absolutely no time to be wasting if you're Thatcher.
No question about it. No question about it. They got to get it done now. If they can get a quick run, 5 or 6 points here, they might have a shot at it. That's about the only hope I can give them right now, but they haven't given up. This Thatcher team never gives up.
Coming up for Vicky Demuth. Can they cut it under 10? First free throw up, yes. That's a 10-point lead. 35-25, Demuth with 5 points.
She hadn't really scored the points that she normally does, but she's still.
Oh, she got the rebound, the putback. That may have been on purpose, but it doesn't fall for them. Well, that was a big possession, Bob. You'd almost want to see more aggressiveness. Let's see if they can cut it to 8 here. Here's the drive. Here's the shot. It's good. Stephanie Aaron with a huge basket. I mean, that was monumental, but then a breakdown on defense, and it goes all for nothing. Down on the other end, Carrie O'Connor.
They had what we call a basket hanger hanging down there on that one. That was pretty much a gimme on that one.
Right wing, they save it. Nelson, 37-27. That's too far out. That's too far out.
She didn't even draw net or iron on that one. That was an air ball all the way.
You know, one of the observations, if you watch Michael Jordan, which, I mean, we know he's the greatest basketball player of all time, but he's probably the smartest too. And you will rarely see Michael shoot that shot. He will take a couple steps in where he knows his range, and he knows that if he gets 3 more feet in closer to that hoop, he's got a better chance of making that shot.
The only time he'll take a shot like that, if the clock is going down, ticking down to nothing, then he'll unrattle one. But outside of that, he is probably the most intelligent ball player, both offense and defense. You know, a lot of people don't think he can play defense, but that guy's one of the top 2 or 3 defensive players in the country.
No question about it. Well, it looks like this ball game's going to be over. I don't know why they're not fouling. It's beyond me here. In a 10-point lead, and they've let about 45 seconds burn off here. Well, we saw that yesterday. I don't remember which game it was, but they went in. They were trailing, I think, 7 with about a minute to go. And I don't remember. It was one of the boys' teams. And they only had 3 team fouls, and they spent 30 seconds trying to get the other team in the 1-and-1. By that time, they were down to 7 seconds, and it was all over. Well, Thatcher is going to need some threes now. They'll probably take what the defense would give them. Briggs over the back. And going to the line with 19 seconds will be the Eagles, and they trail it by 10.
They can come up with a 10-point play. This thing is in the old ice box, as they say.
If I'm Thatcher, I try like heck to make this first one, then miss the second one. I think you have to.
Oh, yeah, but she might not. The game's over for all acceptable reasons. She made that one. Maybe she's going to make this.
If you can miss this one, Bob, and set up a 3, you'd be back to 6 with probably 15 seconds.
True.
She buried both of them. So too much time. You got an immediate foul. A steal doesn't do you any good. 13 point. Well, I'm not saying it doesn't do you any good, but you can't let 5 seconds burn off when you've only got 19 to work with.
That's true. But, you know, Thatcher comes in here as the underdog. Seton's highly touted, exceptional ball club. They knew they had their work cut out from the get-go. You got to give Thatcher a great deal of credit. However, Seton dominating.
Seton's a dynasty.
You got it, dynasty. She, meaning Karen Self, probably the most prolific coach in the 2A conference, no question about it. And what a nice lady she is.
I respect her because of the fact that her dedication to her players and the dedication and the hard work to the program.
Well, they all like her. That really helps too. I mean, you can have a coach for and be the greatest coach in the world, but be disliked by all his ball players. But this young lady, Karen Self, is probably one of the most liked coaches around, if not the most liked.
You want the tape?
So you tape like
We do every game.
let's say we paid you.
Number 25, Susanna Kennedy. Number 24, Melissa Perry. Number 32, Kelly Warburg.
Down to 13 seconds left to go. The Sentinels 10 seconds away from their 3-peat championship drive. And a foul underneath will send the Eagles to the line. 8.2 seconds left to go. I'll tell you, Karen Self is over there. She's ready. She's ready to explode if we can get a look at her after this free throw, Bob. She's still out there coaching them.
And there they got the game won, and she's still out there coaching. You're exactly right. She comes to coach the team, and coach she does. And as I said earlier, you couldn't ask for a better coach than Karen Self. She's a good one.
I don't think you can appreciate just how good a coach she is up here. I was down there. I saw her in the semifinal game. I was down there at the press area, and just a tremendous cheerleader. You can just see the little things down on the court when her team's out there on the court. They do all the little things that make a huge, huge difference.
Why would you call a timeout? And you're 9 points behind. Is there such a thing as a 9-point play with 8 seconds left?
I think Thatcher really, they made a monumental mistake wasting, when it was at the 22nd mark, they wasted 5 seconds getting the foul. And they had a couple of chances where they should have missed the free throw. Maybe they could have got it back and hit a three. That was their only chance, but you're not going to come back 10 points down with 19 seconds against Seton Catholic. No way.
About it. Looks like here's your ball game, Jeff.
8 seconds left to go in this 1999 affair. This one is going to go out of bounds, and it will be Thatcher basketball. I don't think Thatcher. Yeah, I was going to say there's no timeout on the floor. Thatcher will inbound. Now they'll talk it over.
20-second timeout, Thatcher.
I don't understand that. I mean,
We'll keep it here, Jeff.
we'll keep it right here.
Hey, there's a young man next to you over there. Looks like a good-looking guy with a. What kind of cap is that, sir?
As a reminder, the 2A girls all-tournament team.
Alice Cooperstown.
It's Cooper. All right.
Prior to the presentation of the
You dig rock and roll, do you?
You're watching the 1999 2A Girls Championship ball game from America West Arena. 8.2 seconds separates Seton Catholic from their third championship. The Thatcher Eagles, they got the rebound. They get 2 boards, now a tie-up with 0.6 seconds left to go, and they just keep dragging it out. But the celebration shall begin in just a moment.
Call a timeout again.
They don't have any more left. The inbound pass. That's it. The ball game is over. And the 1999 2A champions are the Seton Catholic Sentinels. What a job by Karen Self. And the outstanding support of the school, her assistant coach, Shannon Veach. We'll get a close-up of her. This has been a presentation of Sports Cassette Productions and Basketball Network.
For Thatcher, Desiree Matines. For Thatcher, Tamara Nelson. For Thatcher, Vicki Demuth. For Seton Catholic, Jill Davis. For Seton Catholic, Carrie O'Connor. For Seton Catholic, Katie Mitchell. For Seton Catholic is Sarah Briggs. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to direct your attention to center court for the presentation of the championship and runner-up awards in the State High School Basketball Championship for 2A Conference Girls. Making the presentation will be Mr. Neil DeWitt, principal of Pima High School and the 2A Conference AIA representative, along with Dr. Harold Slimmer, principal at Mount Point High School, and the newly appointed executive director of the Arizona Interscholastic Association. Accepting the runner-up trophy for the 2A Conference Girls is Coach David Henson and the Thatcher Lady Eagles.
Is this a good game?
Once again, a big round of applause for the Thatcher Lady Eagles. And now, accepting the championship, head coach Karen Self and the Seton Catholic Lady Sentinels. Presenting the awards, Dr. Harold Slimmer, principal of Mount Point High School and the newly appointed executive director of the Arizona Interscholastic Association, along with Mr. Neil DeWitt, principal of Pima High School and the 2A Conference representative on the AIA board. Again, congratulations, 3 beaters, Seton Catholic Lady Sentinels, and head coach Karen Self. And assistant coach Shannon Beach, trainer Rick Marino. Thanks to the Arizona Interscholastic Association, the Phoenix Suns, you and your accomplishment.